discrete uniform random variable. Now there's a lot of moving parts in this title, so what I want to do is I want to break it down into components. The first component I want to focus in on is random variable. A random variable is a variable whose outcome is uncertain. So random, uncertain, same thing. The next thing I want to look at is the discrete. What does that mean? Discrete means that the outcomes are countable. In other words, they are not continuous. And then finally, uniform implies that each outcome is equally likely to occur. In other words, each outcome has the same probability. So let's convert all these definitions into a visual framework, and here's what a discrete uniform random variable would look like. So first of all, you could see that the outcomes are countable. In other words, you don't have an infinite number of possibilities in between these outcomes. So that takes care of the discrete. Uniform implies that all these outcomes, no matter what they may be, so it could be this value here or this value here, it doesn't matter because they all have the same probability. So all of these outcomes are equally likely to occur. And of course, the fact that it's random means that its value can be anywhere. It could be this value, could be that value, could be that value. So you could see how we incorporated all these definitions into this visual framework. Let's look at an example. Suppose that a discrete uniform random variable has 20 potential outcomes. Now remember, each of these outcomes is equally likely to occur. So therefore, the probability of each outcome would be 1 out of 20. So there's 20 potential outcomes, each is equally likely. Therefore, each outcome has a 5% probability of occurring. In the second part, we're asked to find what's the probability that the outcome will have a value that's less than 8. So this would be referring to the initial 7 outcomes. Now remember, there's a total of 20, so if you're looking at 7 total outcomes out of 20, that works out to 35% probability that we'll see an outcome that's less than 8. On the other hand, watch how the question changes. In part 3, we're asked to find the probability of an outcome that's less than or equal to 8. So now we're including the 8, so therefore the probability would be 8 total outcomes, I should say 8 outcomes out of a total of 20. That works out to 40%. And then finally, the fourth illustration, we're asked to find the probability that the outcome will be greater than 9, but less than or equal to 12. So that would include outcomes 10, 11, and 12. That's a total of 3 out of the total number of outcomes, that is 20, and that probability would be 15%.